Well, just to give you a report about what's going on over here at Harbor Square, according to sources of the grapevine, we'll call it that, there's been sources saying that the landlord at the office here has asked Danny to leave downstairs voluntarily, but he won't leave. So what's going to happen is they're talking about taking him to court next month in September, and they're saying that he's going to be forced to move out of here legally because he wouldn't move out of here voluntarily because it had to do with a lot of things that he's done to people over the years, over the time since he's been here. And Barbara Poe across the hallway, she's been gone since last Monday night at 11 o'clock. She left out of here and has been gone for about the past week, and she's not been back either. So I don't know what's going on there. But she's been gone for the whole week. So, this is good justice that they're both leaving. This is great. Uh, and, if it is true about this, about Barbara Poe, that she may be leaving too, that's great. I think it's really wonderful if that's true. But like I say, till I see the moving trucks come and see their stuff and them moving out of the apartments, like that's what I tell people. That rumor sounds great and all, but until that happens, we just can only believe until we see it, right? Because that's all it is rumor until it actually really does happen. Same way with Barbara, if it happens, then that's true. Same thing with her. So we have to just see what's happening and wait. But she's not been here all week, and she hardly ever leaves to go anywhere for a long period of time. She's always stuck in that apartment. It's like I think she's become a part of that apartment because she hardly ever leaves it. She's always here all the time, 24/7. Hardly, she never goes anywhere. Hardly, and she's been gone for a whole week. So I'm sure that's really driving her mad about what's going on around here, probably concerning me, even though there's nothing going on, and there never was anything going on. But it's just the way her mind is. But she's a little, off in the head, and I think she probably went on a vacation to a mental hospital. I think to put her on meds. I think, but I think instead of them having the police come here to red warrant her, she just voluntarily went in because she was forced to go in because they told her either you go in voluntarily to get treatment or we're going to have to come and get you and arrest you and move you out forcibly. So they give her an ultimatum. That's probably what happened with her. So I hope that's the case for her, that she'll get some help, get some medicine, and maybe hopefully move to a different place. And, hopefully she'll have a different life, and that would be good for everybody in the building and around here. But like I said, until we see the moving trucks on her, we just have to wait and see what happens there, folks, because there's a lot of stuff happening, which is really, really good. And when I looked up, Henrico, because he told me, Danny told me a while back to Danny, he told me a while back that he was living over in Henrico, but yet he was evicted, So I went and looked up the records, and it says that he had children in his apartment. And that's what the records say, public records. You have to look in Henrico County, and it shows what he was evicted. If you go talk to the landlord where he lived, they'll actually tell you that he was evicted because he had children in his apartment. It's kind of like similar to what he's doing here with Beth Ann, having her in his apartment late at night. A lot of that was going on last summer, and it really was going on. It's no lie or no imagination about it because she was down there. Because even Kathy Tucker heard a kid in there laughing that sounded like Beth Ann, her giggling in there down there late at night, and she said it sounded like Beth Ann because I used to bring Beth Ann over to Kathy's house when I would go over there, and they would play with her cat when they used to come over here, for a couple hours, and I would talk to Barbara while they would be playing with the cat for a little bit while we were all. So that's what I used to do, and Kathy would. If I said Barbara, I meant to say Kathy, but I'd bring her over there, and they would play with the cat. They enjoyed the cat, so I got to talk to Kathy while they played with the cat for a little bit, and then we went back upstairs. So when they visited here, that's one of the things we would do, and they liked Kathy too. So she does know what she sounds like, just like I do. And I've heard noises coming from down there too. It sounds like a young girl, sort of like Beth Ann's kind of description, sort of the way she sounds and stuff. And I've seen her walking in and out of his apartment, going up the back steps. And I've actually seen that, and actually seen her going down there late at night, last summer. This, I think, and it's been going on for, quite some time. And, Barbara's the one that had her in she was watching Beth Ann, and she allowed this to happen, allowed him to have access to her. I don't know what all that was about. But to me, it sounds really freaky, because he doesn't really know her. And the only reason why he knows her is because of her being over there over at Barbara Poe's when he probably gone over there. And for some reason, he's probably told the parents a bunch of lies about me, just like Barbara has. And the parents think that he's okay when really he's a predator, because he's fondled 5 other women over here in confidence. And, that's all the more reason to keep him away from Beth Ann. Because I don't, me, I've been accused of stuff, but I've never fondled any women. And I would never do that, and I'd never start doing that. I would never do that to Beth Ann or any kid. And anybody that's in my care have always been taken care of. And they were not touched inappropriately or fondled or anything. But to be accused of that is just really heinous. And for a mother to believe all that crazy stuff, that's even really, really crazy too. Because, I know that rumor was coerced out of their daughter, Beth Ann, from the mother, because the mother has done that many times before. If you watch the other videos, I actually tell you about that in more detail, and I don't want to really rehash that again. It's a shame that you have to have a mother that is like this, abusive, where they have to, have to be forced to talk about things that are not true until they finally do say what she wants them to say. And, it's really sad that has to be in that home, that dynamic, saying that the mother has to be like that. And then the mother puts their daughter and their children in the hands of someone that just wants the money but doesn't really care about the children. Lets, Beth Ann get exposed to a real predator downstairs named Danny. Now, I want to tell you something. If you see Danny, he's got like a silverish brown car. It's 4-door, it's diesel. It's an Oldsmobile. It's got the little round circles, the 5 of them on the front. It's an Oldsmobile. So if you see that car, and it's got tinted windows, it's got the black windows on the sides where he's got the tan coating on the windows on the sides. And so if you see him driving around, that's his car, and his license plate will say Danny on the front and back. So if you see him, just be aware of that. It's coming through your neighborhood. Be aware of that. Don't let him try to talk about coming into your apartment or talk about rubbing your legs to make you feel better, and because that's how he gets in there, and then he touches ladies inappropriately. So if you see this guy running around, he's acting like he wants to be real nice to help you, don't take him for his help, because he's going to probably take advantage of you. I do know there was a lady over at the ministry that I know that I went to school with, and her name was Peggy. And she was telling me stuff that she had an iPhone, and he was actually saying stuff inappropriately to her 11-year-old girl. Come to find out, she came over here banging on the windows and the door and being and yelling outside his apartment real loud, probably because he did do something inappropriately to her child and to her 11-year-old girl. And that's why she was over here, the mother, and she was really angry. So I don't know if she took him to court or if she pressed charges. She might have been too scared to press charges, but I think he really did touch her daughter inappropriately. That's why I think he's probably done stuff to Beth Ann Shields inappropriately while in his care. And I don't think when he took her home 2 weeks ago in his car was the first time. I think he's done it many times. Because, I didn't say nothing in the video. I might have, but I can't remember. But I do remember this detail that I should have told in the other video. But he actually went in the apartment when Beth Ann was there at Barbara Poe's house. In her apartment. He went right in there, and Beth Ann was there, and they were talking about how to sneak her out, because I was outside thinking I wouldn't see her going around the back of the building. And I heard him in there saying, well, just go around the building, and I'll be out there waiting outside my car, and then you just get in, and I'll just get in, and we'll drive you away, because I heard him. He was loud, And that's how we do it, because he's outside right now sitting on the steps. And you can just go down the back steps and go around the building, come out that way, and get in the car, and that's exactly what she did. I heard all that stuff. And so, so I don't think this is like a first time he's done this. I think it's been one isolated thing. I think it's going on many times, but this is one of the times he's gotten caught doing it. And he's been really mad at me ever since. He don't want to talk to me. Matter of fact, 2 weeks ago, he called the police on me for no reason because I was outside. And he didn't like the fact because I was outside, so he called the police on me and told them and lied and said I was stalking him and harassing him when I didn't say a word to him. The only thing I did was looked at him when he walked by because his eyes looked all wide and bloodshot, like he was stoned. But because he took too much medicine. But as far as anything else goes, I didn't say a word to him, and he called the cops on me falsely and told them lies. It's the kind of person he is. And these are the kind of people the Shield's got watching their kids. Barbara Poe's the same way. Not very stable and not a very good rounded character of a person. This is all for public record. So until we see the moving trucks come, as far as the rumor going around here at the Grapevine Central, we'll let you know. It's Michael DeSilva just giving you an update on the stories at Harbor Square regarding Barbara Poe and Danny downstairs. Keep it right here. We'll keep you up to date on more stuff. The truth is always good to hear, but it's whether you choose to believe or not. But this is what's really going on. Take care, folks. Have a good day.